everybody, I'm Sophia, and today I'm going to be doing my March and April wrap-up. So during those 2 months I read 10 books, only 2 in physical form, and the others were either ebooks or audiobooks. So yeah, let's get started. So first of all, I listened to The Evil We Love and Pale Kings and Princes, that are both 2 of the short stories up in the Tales of a Shadowhunter Academy. Yeah, I just read them because I listened to them because I want to read Queen of Air and Darkness, and I've heard that it's better if you have read more of the other Shadowhunter books. I've read all of them except Tales of a Shadowhunter Academy and Ghosts of the Shadow Market, I think it's the other bind-up. So yeah, I'm trying to read those so that I can read Queen of Air and Darkness with all the information I need. I really enjoyed them, but they were kind of simple. I gave them both 3.75 4 stars, so I enjoyed them, but they were really short, and yeah, they were pretty fun, so yeah. Then I read The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one, and The Mermaid's Voice Returns in this one, both by Amanda Lovelace. They are poetry bind-ups focused mainly on feminism and sometimes even abuse and assault. I really enjoyed them. I liked The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one a little bit more than The Mermaid's Voice Returns in this one, just because I related more to it. The Mermaid's Voice Returns in this one was more about abuse and assault, and even though it was really hard-hitting and impactful, I didn't relate with it as much. Whereas The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one was more about feminism and girl power, so I really enjoyed that one, and there were many poems that I really enjoyed and I have saved. Yeah, I really like that. I want to read The Princess Saves Herself in this one, I think it's called, the other one, so that I can read more of Amanda Lovelace's work. So yeah, I gave you The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one 3.75 I think, and The Mermaid's Voice Returns on this one either 3 or 3.5, I think 3 stars. So yeah. Then I read Wondersmith by Jessica Townsend. This is the second book in the Nevermore series. I think it's a series. This one takes place at Nevermore in the events after the first book, Nevermore, and it's about a girl, Morrigan Crow, who is destined to die on her 11th birthday. She's cursed and she's blamed for everything bad that happens in her town. But then one day she gets whisked away into Nevermore, which is a magical place that is supposed to be secret, and she has to try out to get into the Wonder Society, which is a kind of a magical school. So this one takes place, I don't want to spoil anything, but it has the school setting, so I really like that. I really enjoyed the character development, the world development. Yeah, I love the series. Even though it's middle grade, I really have a lot of fun with it. They're not that short, but they're really fast to read, and yeah, I love them. I love the series really a lot. The next book I listened to actually was Daisy Jones and the Six, and I have kind of an unpopular opinion on this one. I really enjoyed it. The audiobook was amazing. It's told in interview format, so every character has a different voice because it's a full cast, and that was really amazing for the audiobook. I really like that, but I didn't enjoy the plot that much, just because I thought it was more focused on characters, and I always was waiting on something to happen, and it never did until the end. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. The audiobook was really fun, very well done, but I didn't find it as entertaining as everyone did. Maybe I didn't connect with the characters as much, so yeah, I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, so I really liked it, but it was not a 5 out of 5 stars read as I was expecting it to, after reading 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. The next audiobook I listened to was The Loneliest Girl in the Universe. I went into it without knowing anything about it, actually. I had just read that it was about a girl that was alone in a spaceship and that was it, all I knew. And I hadn't heard anyone talking about it actually, so I really didn't know what to expect. And I loved it. I really, really, really enjoyed it. It kept me on my toes the whole time. I loved reading it. I actually hated when I had to stop listening to it. It's about a girl who lives in a spaceship because humans sent this like mission to another planet so that they could colonize this planet and maybe send, hopefully years later, the rest of humanity to this planet. But there was an accident in the ship, so everyone's dead except for her. That's all I'm gonna say. But it was such a fun read. I had an amazing time reading it. It is sci-fi, obviously, and it reminded me of the Themis Files, not because of the plot or anything, but just because of the sci-fi feels and how entertaining it is. And I forget that sci-fi is such an entertaining thing for me. I really enjoy sci-fi and how actually possible it is. So yeah, I loved it. I enjoyed it a lot. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was really unexpected, so I loved it. Yeah, I recommend it. Highly recommend if you like sci-fi. Then I read a graphic novel called Quiet Girl in a Noisy World. I think it's considered a graphic novel, I don't know. It shows like many situations that introverted people go through, and yeah, basically it's that. And even though it's really simple and short, I really enjoyed it because I related with it so much. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, but it was really simple, so I gave it a 3 or 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really recommend for any introverted and even extroverted people so that you can understand us. It was amazing and it was really, really relatable, and I saved a lot of the pages that were in it. The next book I read was My Lady Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Joe Meadows. This one is about, it's like a historical fiction based in the story of Lady Jane Grey, who was Queen of England for like 16 days or something, like 9 days, something like that. I didn't know what to expect about the story. I knew everyone loved it because it was pretty funny, but I didn't know what it was about. And I ended up loving it. I had an amazing time reading it. I love reading historical fiction, but I don't read it as often just because it's like kind of heavy. But this one was not at all. It was really funny, really quick to read, and the characters were amazing. I love them all. And yeah, I really want to read My Plain Jane, which is the next book, like a companion book actually. I really like the writing style, all the characters, the way the plot developed, the characters developed. It was just an amazing read. I didn't expect to love it as much as I did, but I'm glad I did. I think I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars, 4.75, I don't know, something like that. I really enjoyed it though, so really recommend it if you haven't read it yet. I know I'm late to the game for this, but if you haven't, definitely do it. And the last book I listened to actually, was An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. This one I also didn't know what to expect. I knew kind of what it was about, which is about a girl who finds a statue in the middle of New York City. She makes like a YouTube video about it, and it ends up becoming viral, and I don't know, it like the story starts from there, and the mystery of how that statue got there and where it comes from and all that stuff. It's a sci-fi book, and I really, again, love that. It took me a long while to listen to it, just because I didn't have that much time, and I think that made my enjoyment go down a little bit, but I still really enjoyed it. I liked how the story developed. I didn't expect the way the story would go on, and I really liked the way Hank Green developed the story and the characters and made you want to keep reading each time because you didn't know what was gonna happen. You wanted to know what was happening in the dream. If you've read it, you know what I mean. And where the statue came from, what was going to happen to the main character in her personal life. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It made my drives really fun because I was listening to it when I was going to class. So yeah, I had a great time reading it, and I didn't expect the ending, and I really want to know what's gonna happen in the next book, so I'm really excited to read that one. that was all the books I read this month. I am now currently reading A Darker Shade of Magic by Victoria Schwab because I'm gonna meet her on this Monday, 13th. So I'm trying to like get on with my Victoria Schwab books because I've only read Vicious. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I'm sorry I was gone for so long. I just don't have much time to film videos. So yeah, I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!